all men are gay and those who aren't are just in the closet. I learned that this week on Big Brother. Stay tuned for more.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
We should bring the Macarena back, honestly.
No.
It's perfect for white people who feel uncomfortable dancing in public. Don't you think?
I'm not white so good.
There was some working going on at home, and by home I mean the Big Brother house this week. I actually enjoyed this week for the first time in like, I don't know, a month.
Me too.
Welcome to the after show for Big Brother 18. I am Jonny Mangs, your host. You can find me at Jonny Mangs on Twitter and Instagram. Follow me, cause I need attention. This is my beautiful panel.
Hi, my name is Lauren Lograsso, and you don't have to go to work, okay? At Lauren Lograsso.
Yes.
And I work all the time, as you guys know online. I'm always working. I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me at James Lott Jr. on all the interwebs. And yes, we're all back together.
You guys, it feels good to
Bam,
be.
bam.
It feels good to be back together. And honestly, it feels good to be here talking about this special week because I loved this week.
Now.
Guys, I posted on Twitter a photo of myself and Lauren 10 years ago at my mom's wedding. We're dancing, and I asked if somebody could Photoshop James Lott Jr. into that photo.
Yeah.
So if anybody's able to do that, I'd strongly appreciate it.
Yeah,
So
please
let
let
us
us
know.
know.
I'll be checking
that's funny.
hashtag ABTV Big
That
Brother.
was from the night I put a blanket over my head and told you my true feelings about you. And you rejected me.
Do you want to go ahead and tell the folks at home what you're talking about?
Well, I was in love with Johnny in high school prior to knowing he was gay, like Polly and Corey.
Wait, gay? Gay? How dare you
And
out
might
me
I
on
say
national TV?
The way you introduce this show, if my panel is any indication of what the rest of the population of the world looks like, then Johnny's absolutely right. We're surrounded.
So you told me you love me, and I said I love you too, just not in that way.
Yep.
Heartbreaker since the
Heartbreak
first grade.
Hotel.
In the first grade, I told the little girl on the playground, "Not for me, honey bun.
Yeah, I love it.
It was me. No, I'm kidding.
Not for me. Not now. Not ever." So okay, let's dive right into things. We have to talk about Sunday night first, obviously. And I want to talk about the recap of the double eviction that
Yes,
happened on Sunday night.
they went back in time. Thank God, because we don't always talk about the feeds, you guys. That's like source of contempt for you guys. But at least they went back and showed us kind of what went down before the.
What was being fed?
And that footage is so rarely showed
Yeah.
up to the moments up to the eviction.
Right.
It showed in detail. Like, I'm really glad they went in on that. And I loved Bridget defending Natalie against Paulie's sexist rant. Like,
Yeah.
what the
They're saying that Paulie's eviction thing about New Jersey made the news. Because he kept saying always about this New Jersey stuff. Remember he was going off on Natalie about being from
He's
New
like,
Jersey.
Jersey girls are always trash.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he actually said that exact
But he
line,
said it
but
was close.
something to that effect.
Yeah.
Wow. So what did you guys think of the sexism that we saw this week? That was this week, yeah? I
Yeah,
get so
the
confused with
Sunday.
Big Brother. Yeah, Sunday. When Paulie said the things on your chest are...
You're about as fake as
you're
the
about
things on your
right.
chest.
Ooh.
I think he showed his true colors, and he showed what he thinks of women in general. I mean, I think that was pretty clear from the way he treated Zakiya. But it's clear now that it's pervasive with all women, not just her.
I was proud of Bridget. It's the first time I've ever liked a thing Bridget's done. Besides impersonate Dora the Explorer.
With her life.
Like,
She
I'm
can't
sorry, does her
control that.
haircut not look like Dora the Explorer?
Her whole essence does.
So
Like her stop swiping.
So we knew at that point, or at least I thought at that point, okay, Paulie is just going crazy, and I think he's going to be a target. And then, of course, he was, because he did end up going home. And then after Victor won HOH, we find out that Paulie is the target. Even though they were in a 5-person alliance.
Yeah. And the thing, I just want to go back just really quick about the eviction thing.
Please.
Yeah, because it was like Z talks to Paulie, and Natalie tells James. They talk to their respective partners, so to speak. James tries to talk to Paulie. Paulie disses Jersey girls. Paulie comes for Natalie. I mean, like it was at her breast. It was just like this whole thing was like. I think a lot of guys do talk that way for real, so it just got exposed.
Oh,
that
they
Paulie
do. I have a
Yeah.
straight neighbor.
Yeah.
He lovely man. But one time I heard some
one
of
that
his
lives
friends
across
out
from
on
you?
the balcony talking. And I was like, this is foul how you're speaking about a woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no
It
doubt.
happens. Not saying all straight men do this, but there are men who do talk this way. Young men who talk this way, and even older men who talk this way. And I think because they've been in the house for so long now, it's starting to come out So Paulie wasn't the clean-cut All-American guy that they were trying to portray at first, or he was at first.
Right.
So it started to come out. They just naturally decided to come out. I'm glad, because they're on 24 hours a day. So it's like your true colors have to come out at some point, right?
Yeah.
I would think, yeah. So I wasn't that surprised. I was kind of like, oh, okay, he's being another just kind of like young, straight, white guy from wherever he's from.
I was surprised he went that far and flipped that hard. That he went that... He got really, really crazy.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a side we haven't seen. My question is, why did he do that? Because he was in such a good position, and I really think had he just stayed calm and played like he had been playing all summer, he would not have been the target this
And
year.
Just Sheldon makes a good point. Men who do target this don't talk about this around women. So he totally, if they talk that way about women, they don't say it to women. They don't say it around women. And I think that he did break down somewhere. And it's like, you had a good game going. You were in charge.
He lost his tact.
Yeah.
So
It got to him.
Yeah, got to him.
let's talk about Paul kind of throwing Paulie's name in the hat, and then Victor saying, yep.
Before we get there, can we just talk about the fact, though, that Zakia's initial reaction was to go tell Paulie everything that Bridget had told her?
Yeah.
Or not Bridget, Natalie.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go on for days about that. I
That
mean,
was so weird
she
to
had
me.
that weird loyalty, and it wasn't until Thursday's episode, last night's episode,
Right.
when Devon was like, wait, he won the veto and didn't use it on you?
That she
I
didn't have
think
that
Jakia
aha
could-
moment.
Yeah.
Which I thought she was having it at first, the week before. But she was like, he came off the block so fast. So I thought she was starting to see things were coming with him, but I guess she didn't.
Well, and a lot of people were saying in the comments section and times past when we've talked about the relationship between Paulie and Zakia that she has a history of abuse. So maybe this just seems normal to her, the way he was treating her, and she didn't understand what was actually happening until she was removed from the situation.
Thought it was interesting that Natalie said James taught her that she could trust a man, and she's never felt that way from him. I actually think they might like date for real.
They might.
outside the
Yeah,
house.
I think
it does
so
happen.
too.
It might. But but it's funny because the house at this point, after the double eviction, became Paul and Victor in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is talk about how interesting that is.
Yeah, great.
Corey, Nicole, and Paulie on one side, James, Michelle, Nicole on the other. But that Victor, who was out of the house 2 weeks ago, suddenly became person in the middle.
Yeah.
And Paul, who was so annoying in the beginning to everybody.
I
I
know.
love him now.
I mean, he's a great. I've been a fan since day one. They both were in the middle.
All right, we gotta move on from that part. But yes, let's talk about Paulie and Victor because Paul convinced Victor to put up Paulie, and that was really interesting, and it gave me some more Paul points. Like I love Paul, and yeah, I hated him at first.
I know,
but
yeah.
he is the puppet master right now, and his hands are clean.
They are.
He didn't have to do anything this week except convince Victor. I love that. Nicole won the care package Sunday night and then got safety for the week and a super safety costume. So there was a lot of fun stuff going on Sunday. What are your guys' thoughts?
I'd like to get her back if she got scrunchies. Do you still wear scrunchies?
Probably.
Mosquito spray, which I would totally use. And the power
Zika.
super and the power of super safety.
Although one time Lauren's mom, Lauren Lograsso, this lady right here,
here.
she gave me like an all-natural mosquito spray to use at one of Lauren's outdoor plays at Michigan State, and I sprayed it on me, and I watched the mosquitoes from everybody else go flock to me, and I got destroyed.
Really?
And I was
Well,
like,
there's some things you should use, but I think that one was maybe a peppermint oil. I think a tea tree oil is more potent.
oh man, that was rough.
Or
Rough
if you
night.
really want to get unnatural, go for DEET.
But Lauren, I gotta say, Lauren killed it in the play.
Thanks.
If I wasn't so concerned about being eaten alive, I would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
Now, and I know Mrs. Lograsso is watching. You're a lovely lady. You know how much I love you.
Anyway, okay, quick question. You liked Nicole a lot in the beginning.
I liked Nicole in the beginning. I really liked Nicole, her season 16.
Why?
Yeah, I did too. I agree.
Because I actually, unlike what Zingbot said to her on Tuesday, I can't believe that we talk about Big Brother. Like,
Yeah, I know.
I can't believe I just said Zingbot, first of all. Unlike what Zingbot said to her, I think she did play last season, even though she had Hayden. Whereas this season, I don't see her playing. Like, I think at the beginning of this season, she was.
Yeah,
First
she
couple
was.
weeks,
Completely.
love Nicole.
Completely.
So I understand why. Are you saying you don't see it?
I just don't like her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Her voice drives me nuts.
Yeah,
and I
hard
can,
Michigan accent.
But at first I liked her because I was like, I can get over that because she's really nice, but I don't think she's really nice.
Right. So
Yeah.
I am on board with you. I just liked her at the beginning of the season because I thought
was
her and
playing.
Devon were playing
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, and I thought that was cool, but she's hidden, I think, for a lot of the season behind the guys. And she's also been super emotional every time the thought of her getting put up comes about. And it's like, I get that that'd be a stressful thing and a scary thing. But first of all, you played the game before. Second of all, you know that's a risk factor in playing the game.
Yeah.
So I think on a whole, she's just an undesirable character.
Yeah, and she's not very nice.
No.
And she
She's
is the
mean.
reason, she
She's
is
mean
one of the
girl, I
big
feel.
reasons the girls' alliance didn't work out.
Because of her loyalty to the guy.
Right. I mean, listen, this week I watched two guys crying in each other's arms. I'm like, why didn't this happen with the girls when the girls were being plucked off the past couple weeks?
I know. The girl. I know.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it
three
either. I'm
girls
just
left.
thinking of the visual of
I know,
Corey and
Paul.
Paul. When Paulie found out he was on the block next to Corey and he was so emotional, I'm like, where was that when Zakiya was on the block?
Right.
He's definitely gay. Sorry.
What did I say? Rewind to second 00:00
In love.
of this video. You'll see me say that. Okay, so I said Nicole wins the care package. Oh, and then Victor nominates Paulie and Corey, which Lauren just brought up. Turns the back on the guys' alliance officially.
Yes.
Are you guys glad he made
Yes.
that? He drew that line in the sand.
Thank
Yes.
God.
And
Where's that expression come from? Draw a line in the sand.
I mean, you draw a line in the sand.
You can't cross it.
Nope.
Crab.
Yes, grab.
Hey, Crab.
They run sideways anyway. I think I watched two guys spoon when Zingbot came. It's funny. That's a Justin wrote. No, I was so glad because it was a big move. And Victor has said, you guys all voted me out 9-1. And when Paulie he probably did try to come at him at first. No, I'm not mad. Oh, well, you are because you're asking like you're getting a little aggressive. No, don't get aggressive. Don't get aggressive with me. I won't aggressive. I mean, like you were mad. You were pissed that you got put up. Just admit it. You were pissed
yeah.
you got put up. Just admit it. And Victor's like, sorry guys, you put me up. I didn't come at you.
Yep.
So I was like, it's kind of karma. But I was like, thank you, Victor. I mean, even though I'm like, why am I rooting for Victor? Because he's supposed to be out.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Wednesday episode and the nomination aftermath, because that was big.
Yes.
First of all, Nicole says Michelle was smirking after nominations,
Yes.
and Michelle's like, sorry. Corey says wrong person was nominated. You shouldn't have come for me. Like, you chose the wrong guy. Paulie's crying. He can dish it, but he can't take it.
Yes, exactly.
And he said he will fight and turn into beast mode. Okay.
And also say, I'm not going to campaign against, Corey's my buddy, but yet he did kind of campaign.
He did.
He didn't say anything bad about Corey, but he still campaigned to stay in.
Absolutely.
We start talking to everybody.
As he should.
Right.
It's a freaking game.
Trying to win money.
Here's what I don't understand. When Paulie's upset, first of all, there's two reasons I don't understand why he's mad. One, he has been doing this the whole game. He's been running the show.
Yes.
He can dish, like I said, but he cannot take. And that is such an unattractive quality in a Big Brother contestant.
It's an
even if
unattractive
they're
quality in a
really, really
human.
sexy, like Paulie happens to be. And yeah.
I don't see it. I don't see it because his soul's ugly.
Second of all, that is the Big Brother game.
Yes, it is. I like what you said. Some of the best players in the game would say, "Okay, you got me this time." They don't whine and cry about it if they get caught or they get kind of turned on. They kind of accept that they got turned on and try to fight to stay in. That to me is like, yeah, this is a game. Yeah, I ran the house for 5-6 weeks. Well, okay, now you got me. Well, now I'm going to fight to stay in and overturn this. That's what you should do. It's a game.
And when Paulie and Corey confronted Victor, why'd you do that? How could you do that? He's like, you guys literally voted me out. You put me up and voted me out.
Right.
Florence in the chat just said, Polly, is your beast mode a sexist, whiny baby? I love you.
I know.
So Lauren, you don't think he's attractive.
I don't see it. When somebody's got an ugly spirit, it wipes away their looks.
What
for
about
me.
when you first met him, episode 1?
I didn't think he was that attractive, but I could see that he's physically attractive. I wasn't attracted to him,
Right.
but I could see that he would be to most people.
You'll take your Samoan lover.
I'll take my Samoan
Okay, he's
lover.
cute.
His name's Napoleon, and he
really
is cute.
cute.
You
He's
can
really
find
cute.
him online. Actually, I don't know if you can.
Not easily, but you can. He got an IMDb page.
Okay.
So Nicole talks to Michelle and Natalie, says she is guilty by association, meaning that she is now obviously with the wrong side of the house, but only because she's associated with Corey and Paulie. Yeah, honey, that's
Yeah,
called
well,
an
yeah.
alliance, and
Right.
that's how Big Brother works.
Right. I know, I
Nicole,
agree.
dear,
I know.
why are you this way?
I know.
I loved her. She was great.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. This season, she's not working for me either.
Oh, I guess I should go back and rewatch that because, or watch it first time.
Also, speaking of the nomination aftermath, I love Paul saying, yo, not all 5 guys can win. So
I
we
literally
made the
said that.
first
I wrote
move.
that down. The 5 of us aren't going to win. That happens. Swallow the pill. That's what he said. I'm like, well, the pill has been swallowed. No, it hasn't been swallowed. You're upset. But Paul's right. The five of us are not going to win this game. Like, hello, just kind of get over yourself. Just like, just do. You keep saying, I love Paul was trying to play it off too. Stop asking me if I knew anything. I know he's totally playing. He knew everything. He's like, I'm just playing it off. I mean, Paul's playing it so smart that he's completely innocent. He's so innocent. And then we saw a little later when he starts messing up, rattling them on purpose before the veto. He did it on purpose.
That was awesome. Watching them all do that.
They all did it. It's like, oh my God. It was so hilarious.
Shall we jump to the veto?
Yes.
When was the part? Yeah, okay, definitely. Because now I'm remembering the thing.
So Victor, Paulie, and Corey are playing in the veto.
Yes.
Paul gets picked.
Yes.
And then Paulie goes to pick a
House
chip
guest choice.
and gets house guest choice. Says, hey, Michelle, will you take me off if you win? Like, his tail is between his legs. It's weird to see him go from king of the castle to common peasant, eating a bowl of peasant soup.
Very common.
And Michelle's like, no.
They all laugh.
So he picks Nicole, which that moment was really eye-opening because what it showed is that he really has no one. That he's going to pick the girlfriend of the guy who's nominated next to him.
Right.
That's all he has.
Right.
So sad.
And then James was picked as well.
Yeah.
Paul says, let's call Paulie's ass out before the veto to rattle him up.
Yes, I thought it was kind of funny. And the thing is still, like I said, Paul, again, is still in the clear because it looks like they all got mad at him. That's all. And he played off like, you kept asking, you didn't trust me. He played off so well. His acting skills were so good. And Paulie got rattled.
What are you giggling about, Miss Lograsso?
Oh, no, I like Paul. He's the closest thing to Johnny Mac in this season. Doesn't compare, but he is.
And he has fun.
Yeah.
Especially after the veto, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
For running around the house.
I was a Paul supporter from the very beginning. I love his beard. I was in. He has some hot pictures on Instagram, like when the beard's a little trimmer.
Oh, really?
Also, he has some really hot pictures.
I mean, no offense, but I do wish you would trim that.
I know you don't have the beard, but
Paul says we'll call his ass out. Paulie asks Paul why he's so serious in the kitchen. Remember that?
Yes.
And Paul says, you never trusted me. You can't ask me 100 times if I'm going to keep you safe. Like, all this stuff. Like, this is why I went back on my alliance.
Yes.
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm, you get it. And then Michelle out of nowhere is like, you're never going to be Cody or Derek.
I know.
I liked her this week.
I
thought she was fun. She had no filter.
He was like, he didn't say after that.
I think after she lost it on Nicole last week and then didn't get voted out when
She's
she
like,
thought
I
she
got
would.
nothing to
She's like,
lose.
well, at this
Yes,
point,
like,
I'm just going to say what I want. She's like
I
a
agree.
senile old
I hope
woman.
I get to that point today.
You just say what you want, Lo. Go ahead, tell me.
Stupid smile.
How dare you? Anyway.
I love your smile. I was just kidding.
Thanks, Bae. So James would never make a comment about his boy's girl, he says, right?
Yeah.
So James gets involved in this fight, too. It's a house-wide, like, shake Paulie up before the veto. And he's like, how dare you talk to my girl like this? I would never say anything like that to Zakiya. And it's true. He wouldn't. James is a gent.
Yeah, actually, he is. I give to him. He is.
I don't like using the word gentleman because I think it enforces gender binaries.
Oh, jeez.
I was going to say that.
I like the word gentleman. I'm sorry. I'm old-fashioned.
Oh, you could be a gentlewoman, too.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true, but I don't like the connotations that come with
Yeah,
being
that
a man and
aren't
being a
gentle.
woman.
Yeah.
Doesn't bother me.
The truth is, we all have masculine and feminine energy, and we should just embrace both of them. Let's move on.
Let's embrace it.
I don't mind the word gentleman. Sorry. I'm old.
Try all being on the same side.
No, because this is an audio-based show, too, and people can't hear you. Get back over there.
Look, go over there. Go over there. Go to your side. Go to your side.
By the way, just a break from Big Brother, please go on YouTube and look up Sandra Lee's Kwanzaa Cake. Have you guys seen this
Oh,
shit?
boy. No.
I've seen her other stuff.
Speaking
of
of offensive,
Team Lauren.
it's the most offensive thing in the world, and it is hilarious.
Hey, Steve, maybe you could pull that up for us to go out on.
Oh, it is so... You guys, the
Sandra
Kwanzaa
Lee's
Cake.
Kwanzaa Cake.
It's outrageous. She puts apple pie filling in the middle of a store-bought angel food cake. Just watch it. It's great.
She's all about semi-homemade stuff. That's her thing.
She just puts things on each other.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, that's not about Big Brother, but that does kind of relate to the apple pie that Paulie has.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right.
I
my
just thought
gosh.
of that correlation.
Wow. Very good.
What can you do?
Good job.
All right, let's see. Okay, so the veto happens, yeah? But we'll get back to the veto competition because first we need to take a break for Zing Bot.
I've never been a fan of Zingbot. I don't care how many hate mail I get. I was never a fan from the very beginning. I don't care for it. I understand why they try to do it to, like, you know, be funny at the contestants. It just bugs the crap out of me. Never a fan.
Okay, fair. Lauren, what are your thoughts?
I like Zingbot. I think he says some truth.
Me too. And also some much needed truth. And here's why. Big Brother is such it's a game where people are cut off from the outside world, yet the outside world is talking so much about these people. And I think it's the one time in the game where the people from the outside world get a taste of what the internet is saying about them.
Right. They get to see a reflection of themselves, and it helps them to take themselves less seriously a lot of the time as well.
I say do it with a comedian.
Well, remember when Kathy Griffin came?
Yeah,
I love that.
I did too.
Did you watch that season?
That wasn't that last season?
No.
No, it was it was
3 or 4
the
seasons ago.
Ariana Grande.
She was on.
Yeah.
She had a part in last season too, though, when they were
She
doing.
did.
The,
Oh, yeah, she did. She did.
Time for a
must be
takeover.
a big fan.
Big time.
Yeah.
So Zingbots, the two favorite Zings from last night for me were Nicole's, which is Nicole was terrible on Big Brother 16. She had hid behind a guy. She didn't win competitions. And then it's like, oh, wait, no, that's this season. Love that. And my second favorite Zing was the Paul catchphrase stuff. Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
say pissed,
so
you
true.
say friendship. Here's a Zing we can all get behind. Shut the fuck up. Zingbot.
Zingbot.
You naughty little boy.
I like the. There's a Big Brother baby too, and it was Michelle.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, thought that one was fun.
They must get somebody to come in and write that, because I don't think anybody on the Big Brother production team is that clever.
I think that they are. Think of the weird ideas that they come up with. Zingbot in and of itself is such a strange, interesting
true.
idea.
People are saying on here the voice was different this season. Like, it was annoying this season. Like, they liked the Zingbot, but the voice was like, was it altered or wasn't clear or something?
I was watching with
There
my
were times
friend
I wasn't.
Tesha, and she was like, "What is this show you watch?"
Yeah,
and I was
know.
like, "True, honestly."
Take out
can't
of
blame ya."
context, you're like, what the F? Yeah. Oh my god, you found. Oh my god, you found it.
He found a Kwanzaa cake.
So okay, so let's talk. If
That's
everybody go
scary.
home and look up Kwanzaa Cake.
As a black
We're-
person, I'm completely
can we
offended.
can we pull it up?
No, not that.
No.
Okay. So let's talk about it. This cake is a store-bought angel food cake cut in the middle, and there's like, a circle in the middle, like sort of a bundt cake. She takes a can of apple pie mix, opens it, and pours it in the center of the cake. Then she frosts it with store-bought frosting. So that's disgusting. Not to mention how offensive this is, because when I first saw this, I was like, oh, well, maybe this is like a shitty white girl's take on a Kwanzaa tradition. No, there is no such thing as a Kwanzaa cake.
No, first of all,
Wait.
I'm black. There is no consequence, and this is fully offensive.
Yeah, thank you.
Fully offensive.
Lauren, you okay?
I'm trying to understand why it would represent Kwanzaa.
No,
'cause-
exactly.
Yeah, there's
I mean, she dyes the frosting like a brown color.
Well, to represent black people?
I don't think so, but that's...
because Kwanzaa has actual colors. So,
And then takes these
for the holiday.
big ass candles. Like, we're talking like
they're huge,
big like,
like
lent
crayons.
candles,
Yeah.
and just
Lent.
jams them into the cake. That's the thing, right? Lent
Yeah.
candles?
Yeah.
it is.
Advent.
Advent,
Oh
thank you.
boy.
All right, let's get back to the real apple pie, which is the apple pie Polly had to make from the Veto
Every time you
competition.
heard say, can you sing from the Zingbot, that annoyed the crap out of me.
So let's talk about the veto.
Yeah, so the competition was actually, I like this competition because I think not only is the game more fun because it's multifaceted, but also the aftermath is really fun.
And James won it last season, this actual game.
So it's called the United States of Zing. Misha Zing, I liked.
I knew
Lauren
you
and I
guys
are
saw
from
that.
Michigan.
I knew you guys were excited you were going to say that.
And then Natalie, by the way, was barely able to pronounce electoral. Did you notice that? I was
No.
like, Natalie, honey. But it's okay because she's sweet in the heart, not so smart up top, though. Paul wins security. Nicole wins a vacation. Corey wins patriotard. Paulie wins apple pie making. James wins 5K. And Victor wins veto. So let's break this down. The Paulie patting everyone down is killing me.
It's hilarious to me. Makes me
Because
laugh.
he has such a good energy
Spirit,
about him.
yeah.
I didn't see this at the beginning of the game, and I don't know why.
Well, you know what, though? Think about any time you're introduced to a new social situation. There are times when you'll be really exuberant, but there are times when you'll take a step back and kind of read the room. And maybe he was doing that more to an extent, and he wasn't able to show his silliness until he felt more comfortable.
But he was friends with Jose.
Yeah, well, Jose was also a buzzkill, so...
How? How is
I
someone
don't
so
know.
cool
He's
friends
pretty
with someone
able
so
to...
awful?
look at who he's friends with.
What if you were like, look at us, John? I'm friends with you.
But he's friends with everybody in the house. I think he's just kind of a malleable personality type and friendship. I mean, that's his saying. But I think it's actually representative of who he is. He can get along with almost anyone.
No, you're right. That's very kind of you to say. You're right.
It's not kind. I think it's just observant.
What do you think, James Lott Jr.? Do you like Paul? Do you like his what he won? His little.
I've been a Paul fan from the beginning, so I've always been a fan. I said if he calmed down, he could play. He's like he knows this game, like he's playing it. He's having a good time. That's why I'm like he hasn't really cried or anything. He hasn't been he's been good. So I'm like, but my thing is, and he lines up with the right people at the right time. He's aligning them. Right now, he's aligned with Victor, and it's working out for him because Victor won the veto. Like, he won the veto. So, I mean, Victor's like all of a sudden breaking it down, too.
Yeah, no, he's a threat. What about Nicole winning the vacation? Do you think she's going to take Corey?
No.
I hope not.
Do you think they'll last after this game?
I hope not.
I miss Hayden.
I know.
I think Hayden brought out the best in
Yeah, I think her and Corey are going to
last. Corey's outfit was kind of cute. He looked... Oh, I can't say it.
You liked it?
Well, now I have to. Corey should be a Sean Cody model.
Sean Cody.
If you don't know what that means, don't look it up.
Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Not safe for work. Do you know what that means?
Is that like a gay thing?
Yeah.
So Paulie wins apple pie baking, and by the way, is such a poor sport about
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What an if he didn't get evicted, I would actually kind of feel bad.
I actually felt bad for him when he was waving the flag
and crying and,
crying.
being like, "I'm trying to be strong."
I didn't feel bad for him.
That broke my heart a little
It
bit.
did. I was laughing.
Oh, really?
Me too.
See, but here's the thing, and this is what I love about this show, and this is why I actually compare it to Game of Thrones, because I think Big Brother is a Game of Thrones of reality television. Because it can take a character that I hate and make them someone that I love, and vice versa. It can take someone that I love and make them someone I hate. And the flag waving really reminded me of the comparisons between the two.
Thank you. I think James winning the money is fine. I don't think anyone will hold that against him. In earlier seasons, people didn't want to win the money because they're like, well, if we win 5,000 here, they're not going to give me 500,000 at the end of the
Really?
game.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but
It's such a small percentage of 500,000. $5,000 is a great amount of money in
for
real
a day
life.
for a veto competition.
But they feel like if you win money, then you got someone. I'm not getting nothing when I leave. You got $5,000.
Well, I think that's why Dan Giesling didn't win his second season, because they're like, it's life-changing if Ian wins. It's not life-changing if you win, because you would just win a second $500,000.
Right. I agree with that.
I would have done the same thing.
And then Victor, of course, won the veto. And yeah, he is a force to be reckoned with. What I'm going to be interested in, and God, I have a new lease on life with the Big Brother 18 house, because I was so bored for a while and now I'm not. I wonder what's going to happen with Paul and Victor. Who's going to be the first to attack?
I said on Twitter the other day, I said, they need to get Victor out now. Because he's too, he's too strong. He's strong. I'm saying for their game.
Physically.
Yeah, he gets it. He's a beast in those competitions.
Hey, are we going to see the HOH competition on tonight's special episode?
They said tonight, Friday. It's a HOH and something else is showing us tonight.
Cool. Paulie's crying because he needs to bake apple pies, crying while waving a flag, what you brought up. I'm sorry if I sound mean, but I was laughing at that point.
I'm sorry, I didn't buy it.
I love Big Brother. It's so, because listen, it's not like anybody's actually getting hurt.
No, exactly.
It's a game, and it was crying, and I loved it. I just loved
Same here.
I just felt
demise.
bad because he looked so miserable, and it was an authentic tear. It wasn't it wasn't like crybaby tears from my perspective.
Okay.
It was like he was actually deeply sorrowful. And I don't know. when I see somebody in that state, I can't help but feel for them.
I get that. That's sweet.
I'm cold and dead inside, so I didn't feel a thing. I was just like, ha 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 to you two. I felt nothing. I didn't get no tears, nothing.
And then Wednesday's episode ended with Victor not using the veto.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that's right,
No
he did.
surprise there.
Yeah, no surprise. Yeah. Like Corey the week before. Corey the week before. Corey won both the HOH and the veto. Like they're stepping up. Corey stepped up last week for a minute.
On up.
He should step right up to Sean Cody's office. Knock.
Okay, what kind of clothing does this?
So here's the thing about Sean Cody. God, I hope my mom's not watching. Sean Cody, really don't look it up if you're at home alone, because you will
Mom,
see
look it up.
naked. No,
Don't.
Miss Lograsso, don't. So Sean Cody is the gay porn answer to we don't like girly gay guys. It's actually, there's kind of some fucked up shit about it.
It's kind of like Abercrombie and Fitch, but for gay video.
And what happens is all these gay guys are like, I only like straight dudes.
Yeah, right.
And I don't like that. I mean, listen, sexually like whatever you want, but I just don't know that Sean Cody is helping the situation.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
again, we've talked about Kwanzaa cakes. We've talked about Sean Cody.
Yeah.
If you want to drag me in the comments about staying on task,
Well, they have already.
I don't
Some
give
people
a
have already.
fuck.
They're like, what the cake do with anything? They go, what's going on?
Guess what? It doesn't have to do with anything, Big Brother. And come for me, motherfuckers.
All right.
Flag it, Jane. Flag it.
Flag it. That's right.
Can't wait for season 3 of The Comeback. Speaking of off topic.
Oh, I know, me too. Okay.
Okay, so let's jump to last night's episode, Thursday night's episode. Ooh, boy, I love watching The Jury House.
Me too.
Yep.
I do too.
I miss Davon.
And she was the best. When she was watching Zakia's video, I was like, oh, she's like, wait a minute. It's like, wait a minute. I mean, just her, I miss her so much.
When she, and truly, I mean, I know we said this earlier, but it was the first time I think Zakia was able to get it in her head that she got played.
Yeah.
And I just wish she had listened to Davon when Davon said it during the season when they were together
Or when
in the
Michelle
house.
said it. Like, there were so many signs, like blatant signs, not like, I think he might be. No, you're getting told by people who actually care about you that this person is being shady. Listen to them.
Yes.
Big Brother, to me, is the worst. This season of Big Brother brings out the worst stereotypes of men and women. The men are broy and douchebaggy and don't give a fuck about their ladies or women in general and are sexist. And the women are catty and can't get along and can't stick together. And I know there's
Not
better.
all of them, though, because I was thinking about
Not
this.
all the guys
You
and
keep-
not all the girls.
But you keep saying that, and let's give some positive examples out there. Let's not focus on the negative, because
Well, Davon was great.
Davon was great, but also even better than Davon, I want to say, was Natalie and Bridget.
Oh, absolutely.
And Bronte, to be fair, they never strayed from each other. They always supported each other. We saw the way Bridget supported Natalie the other night. That is a great positive example of how women can be.
I'm not saying that every individual is that way. That, to me, is the overwhelming trend of the season.
But we're also not looking out for the good. We're looking for the bad.
Well,
Because they're showing that.
The other thing is, like, I do wish this season had a little bit more likability in it. I think right now, like I said, Paul, James, and Natalie are the people I'm, like, interested in watching. Like, Bronte was nice, but I just couldn't deal
I
with
didn't
her
like
talking
watching
about
her.
math.
I've got a secret.
You do a really good impression, but it's kind of like your impression.
But I love the reactions again of Davon when Michelle outed people. She's like, and she's a snake, and she's like, oh my god, Davon's the best. I mean, the best.
She's like, I'm proud of her.
I really hope that she comes back because
Okay,
of another
folks, here's the thing. So do you guys like the fact that now once again, because they did the whole one ticket thing,
Yeah.
Paul had it. That's so funny. He had
He's
it.
like, yeah, bro.
He
like,
finally had it.
I got there first. I figured it
Yeah.
out. I picked my
It's
first
kind of
one.
amazing, though, in a way. It's kind of amazing.
It is.
It's a luck of the draw, but kind of amazing. But so now the 5 jury people can have a chance to go back in. So I'm kind of over. I'm sorry, I'm over it.
If it's Polly, I'm going to lose
Yeah, I
it.
know. I'm over it, though. I'm like, we already had the one-way ticket. We already had the almost the break back. The whatever. I mean, I'm just like, really? I mean, let's just have the ones we have in there now, and that's it.
The problem will be is if they do the competition like they did the first battle back.
Yeah.
And I bet they will do the battle back like they did it
Yeah.
the first time. Pauly's going to have the best chance.
I know. Because of that group, yeah, he has, I think, his best chance of competition.
Or I guess whoever goes out this week will be the 5th. Is that right?
God, it's it's going to bug you.
It's frustrating.
So what else happened last night? I mean, Pauly tried to get some votes.
He
but
did
couldn't.
try. He cried on Corey. He had the whole butterfly thing, the butterfly effect, the butterfly flying by.
I thought he was losing.
Like, yeah,
Wait, I didn't
James
think
and him.
that was strategy. I thought he was losing it.
Really? I thought it was strategy. I'm sorry.
Butterflies, when I see them, I always think they're going to land on
Yeah,
me.
I'm not sure.
I thought that was just him actually going off the deep end
when
and
he-
having his blanket
Because
moment.
then when Julie asked him at the interview why he was crying and looking weak, he was like, "Julie, that was strategy." So maybe
I don't believe it. I don't think he's that good of an actor.
I'm sorry. I believe him. I think he was acting. I don't think it's yeah.
Guys, I didn't think he was gonna bake that apple pie. Again, I just heard that sentence in my head and I'm like, wow, I am here talking about that.
Yes.
Cool. Whatever.
And
fun.
they wasted our time with Brenchel.
But I didn't think he was gonna bake the apple pie, and I thought it was gonna be a Jen Johnson season 8 cigarette burn with Evil Dick moment.
Or that. Yes.
Were you there when we were talking about that?
I
Jen got
watched
burnt.
Evil Dick
Jen got
that
burnt with
season.
cigarettes by Evil Dick.
I don't remember that.
She ripped him up and poured like bleach or something.
Oh,
on
and then
him.
she went and made the turkey burger.
Then made
Yes.
the turkey burger and
Yes.
ate it, and I was like, yeah, you're crazy.
Genius.
Genius.
But you know what? There's a reason why we remember her. Because there's
There you
lots
go.
of characters that fade away from your
Right.
memory, but
Yeah.
I've always
Oh
remembered
yeah,
her.
we want some characters. We're watching TV, not a baseball game.
Yep.
No, I know.
Anything else about last night? You brought up Brenshaw.
And everybody's like, "You talk about Brenshaw." I'm like, "Who cares?" I just don't. I wasn't a fan of them on their seasons. I wasn't a fan of them on Amazing Race. I'm not a fan of them at all. And their baby, whatever.
I gotta say, I've been won over by Rachel in the same way that I've been won over by Kim Kardashian. They're so over the top. They're so ridiculous that I think they know exactly what they're doing, and they're hustling, and I kind of appreciate that.
And passionate. I mean, yeah, just from watching her and the few times that I have, I think she's got a lot of energy and it's kind of hard to regulate. But I do think it's very cool that this game has created a life. I mean, I gotta say, that's
cool.
pretty awesome.
Michelle, you mean Michelle?
Wait,
The whiny throw up
can we
baby.
talk about her baby though?
Adora Borealis.
I thought they
Adora.
were kidding.
Wait, why?
Because that's crazy.
I know the name is.
Your daughter's name,
Is it actually Borealis? I thought they were just
Adora
making...
Borealis. That's her daughter's name.
Yeah.
I like Adora, but then Zach Kelch, who was a guest host
Yeah, Zach.
the other week, was like, "Is it a drag queen that they gave her?" to?" And I was like, "Oh, true, that is a drag name. I mean, it's a drag name."
That's what I'm saying.
And I love drag. I can't wait for RuPaul.
It's coming up. It's coming
but-
up.
Well, that baby's gonna be on.
I'm not sure
Born into reality.
that name is a great name for somebody who's going to be in the first grade.
And the sad truth is, like Rachel said, she's the last female to win. Come on, women, pull together. Come on, she can't be the last woman to win. Like,
Well, she won't be the last ever. I don't believe that.
There's 3 more guaranteed seasons.
Yeah, 3 more
There's
guaranteed
the fall
seasons, yeah.
season and then 2 more summer
yeah.
seasons. It is. I mean, we cannot deny the fact. And listen, I'm not. Let's be very clear, real quick. I'm not saying this is the fault of the women, at all. But we cannot deny the fact that women have not won. In fact, it's probably the fault of the men more than it is the women. And I just wonder, like, I really would like to break it down and try to analyze why men win not just a little bit more, but like way more than women.
Well, maybe we could get someone who's a social scientist in on it and studying. Maybe there even is someone out there who's studying this kind of stuff. You never know.
Send us links.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a think piece on it somewhere in the internet.
So there's 2 more care packages left.
Yeah.
This week, there's going to be a chance to have 2 head of households. And each can nominate somebody. That'll be interesting next week.
Wait. Oh, there's 2 more left.
Yeah, I said 2 more. I said 2 more. I wrote it down. 2 more left.
Cool.
And each head of household gets to name a nominee. That should be interesting who the head of households are.
But can this person be the HOH the next week?
Good question. I have no idea.
That would be a great power to win.
I know.
Who do you think's going to win it? Because they've gotten, hopefully, in my opinion, Paul, because I like Paul the best.
He hasn't won in a while anyway.
But
So
who would
yeah.
you guys like to win?
I would say Paul and James, and they can work together. And
But James won.
But I'm saying this last week. You mean I'm talking about HOH. I'm talking about HOH for next week, right?
I'm sorry.
They can do 2. I think you're talking about that. And then say, I hope those 2, you're thinking, those 2 could win.
Bye,
They can
guys.
like, bye, see you later.
No, who do you want
This
to win
chair
this
just
care
went down
pack?
for those people who are audio based.
Lauren's always thinking
She
about
is.
audio.
Because
Yes.
our greatest audience is audio based, so you got to think about them.
Are they listening in the car,
They could be.
the shower?
Apparently, Adora Villegas has a Twitter. The baby has a Twitter.
Well,
Okay.
that's ridiculous.
Well, we'll
know.
be following her straight after the show.
Speaking of following, follow us because we need love and attention.
So, as far as who do you want to get the care package next?
Paul.
Paul, you said.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Paul would be good.
Because
Or-
he'll do really good with whatever's inside.
Yeah,
He'll make it fun. He'll make it interesting.
What are you laughing at?
whatever's inside.
Whatever's inside.
Whatever.
Socks. Panties.
So
Crayons.
cool. We are over schedule, so I do need to jump ahead and make predictions. And here's Sir Richard Wentworth to welcome us into the prediction area. Oh, there we go, babe. Hi, Rich.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
My prediction is that Sir Richard Wentworth is actually like a tiny little woman.
I'm friends with him on Facebook. I can confirm that he's not.
Oh man, that would be so weird.
Yep, but I don't believe he's a knight.
Oh, he has not been knighted. So my prediction is that. By the way, I don't know who won HOH. I don't know if that's.
Yeah,
been
we don't want to know.
announced.
People are talking about. We don't want to know. I don't want to know.
So I believe that Paul is going to win HOH,
Okay.
and Victor's going to get the care package,
Oh, Victor. Okay.
and everybody's going to live in matrimonial bliss. No, and Nicole and Corey are going to be up for eviction this week.
I agree with the Corey part. I think he'll go for eviction this week.
Yeah, I mean, if I got everything I wanted, that's how I'm going to make my predictions. I would like Nicole and Corey to be up for eviction. Literally, if anybody else was in the HOH seat, I'd be fine with it.
Cool.
Yeah, Bria Carter says she knows who the two are. I know you. Yeah, thanks for not telling us. She knows who they are. I'm not gonna pick through all that, but I just want to talk about just briefly this next. People are asking us, are we going to do whatever's coming up next on Big Brother this fall season?
one?
We got to talk about it. We don't know. We don't fully know what's happening. Kind of.
Yeah, let us know your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
Denise.
So no prediction there. We're not sure how that works. How it's going to work. We'll do the summers, of course, but I don't know if we're going to do the fall this fall.
We'll have to see.
We'll
have to see how easy it is to view.
Yeah, expect the unexpected.
I always do.
So is that your prediction?
Yeah, I don't know predictions.
We might be back in the fall.
Definitely back in fall.
You guys, thank you so much for watching. Did y'all have fun this week?
Yes.
I think this has been the best week of this season.
I agree.
I
Lauren.
really enjoyed every episode. I looked forward to it. It was a nice escape for me because this week has been wild, and I hope it was a great escape for you too. And I just want to say to our viewers and listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you sticking with us. We love you, and comment, tweet at us, like, subscribe, go on iTunes and rate us. We really appreciate your viewership and you listening in, and we love you, and it's a joy to talk Big Brother with you.
Do you guys think Big Brother's trashy?
I don't.
You do?
On some level, yeah.
Because I always thought it's like a psychological game.
I think it has trashy elements, but overall, I think it's a game.
I think it was more psychological back when it first started.
See, I just started watching Real Housewives this week.
That's trashy.
A nice little boy
That's trashy.
introduced me
Yeah,
to
that's
it,
trashy.
and I said, don't give me that saucy look. James Lott Jr., he introduced me to it.
I bet you he did.
And that's trash.
It is trash.
This, I think there's something, you can actually talk about it and, talk strategy.
You can, but I don't think the show. I think the show when it first started out was very much more psychological, much more inclusive of all kinds. When it first started out, I thought it was a little better.
It's the only reality show I watch.
Oh, there you go.
I'll say that. So, and I mean what I said when I say it's the Game of Thrones of reality television, because it has every element of a good TV show.
So that'll be the question we'll talk about on Twitter this week, along with please help us with this Photoshop job I want done. You can find it at Jonny Mangs. It's my last tweet, okay?
And I got a million pictures on social media, so you can pick any of them to pick from.
You can find me, like I said, at Jonny Mangs on Twitter and Instagram.
You can find me at Lauren Lograsso on Twitter and Instagram.
And I'm James Lott Jr. everywhere.
All right, you guys, we love you, and you're beautiful. Mwah.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
But first, see you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.